Hey everybody, it's Smooth Virus, call sign Virus, and back with another vlog to kind of give a recap of what happened at CFL FPV back, almost, it's been like 12 days, maybe, I don't know, 10 days, I guess, since that ended. So I had a lot of fun at CFL FPV. It was the first time I'd been to that event, and I got to fly all of the planes that I brought down. I flew the Mini Talon, I flew the Goblin, and I flew the FX61. So the weather, I was a little worried about the weather because driving down there, especially through North Carolina and South Carolina, like all the rivers were flooded and everything was soaking wet. But by the time I got to Sorrento, which is where that flying site is, it was perfectly dry. There wasn't any. The field was not wet like it was back in 2015, and yeah, it was gorgeous. It was like 80 degrees, and not blazing sunny, but we had a few clouds, but it didn't rain. And the sun did come out, and it was just beautiful. Oh my gosh, I just really enjoyed the weather down there in Central Florida. Such a change from what we have up here in the DMV. And in fact, the day after I got back, it snowed and it was really cold, and I was right back in the winter, and it was miserable. So anyway, yeah, CFL FPV is a neat event. It's at a summer camp. Since it's not summer, there's no kids there, so I guess they lease it out, and it's nice because you can basically you rent a cot. So I rented a cot, and you can stay on the site, so you don't have to bother with a hotel. And the nice thing about that is I didn't have to load and unload my car every day. At the end of the day, when I decided I wanted to go to bed, I would just put my planes in my car and walk back to the cabin and go to bed. So it was just as simple as that. So like I said, I did fly the FX61 down there, and it actually was not ready to fly when I left. And ordinarily, I don't know if people that subscribe to the channel, I don't know if you guys do a lot of events, but I would not recommend taking a plane that you haven't finished to a meet or an event. But I really wanted to get the FX61 flying, and I was very, very close to being able to maiden it, so I did take it with me, and I did figure out how to get the wing mix working. Actually, I should probably do another video about how to set up a wing mix on PitLab. I actually got some very timely help from the PitLab developers, and I think in one case they got back to me in like 10 minutes, and I was able to get it flying with their suggestions. And I did 5 flights with it. The first couple of flights I did fly in the daytime. I didn't use the Night Eagle 2 for those flights. I actually went over to the ready-made tent, and I just bought a small, I think it was a Runcam Swift Micro 3, and I just zip tied it to the pan and tilt and used that. So once I got it flying, I put the Night Eagle 2 back on it, and that's actually one of the videos you're watching here right now is one of the night flights I did. So the Night Eagle 2 footage is over there in the lower right, and the rest of it's the footage from the Runcam HD2. So yeah, the FX61 flies very well, and I had a lot of fun. Even during the daytime, I'll throw the clip in here, but I had a lot of fun flying it like very low over the palmetto trees. So I actually, after I got back, I ordered a Runcam Swift 2. So I plan on flying it on some daytime flights as well, now that I've got a daytime camera for it and a nighttime FPV camera. So I did not have that plane ready to fly in time for what I really wanted to do down there, which was there was a rocket launch. SpaceX launched the Crew Dragon. It was called the Demo 1 launch, and I wanted to get the FX61 up in the air to film that, but it wasn't ready in time. So I did get up at 2:30 in the morning and walked out to the field, and actually I think most of us that were there at the event walked out and watched it. It was amazing. That was the biggest rocket I've ever seen launched at night from that close. I guess that place is about 50 miles away from Cape Canaveral, so yeah, it was amazing. Hopefully we'll see some footage of that posted pretty soon. And it's a good thing I left when I did because I bought 2 more airplane kits when I was there. I got a VAS Banshee and a VAS Spec Wing, so I guess sometime this spring, summer, I'm gonna have to squeeze in time to build both of those, in addition to all the other kits I have lying around. Yeah, so our official RC season, and this is just my own opinion, but RC season here in the Mid-Atlantic really starts with daylight savings time. So the season began last Sunday, and I actually did go out to Sandy Point State Park in Maryland to go fly, and I wanted to fly the FX61, but I forgot the batteries, so that didn't fly, but I did fly the Mavic, and we got some cool footage that I'll have to share at some other time, but maybe I'll just incorporate that into one of my epic FPV videos. So season 2019 is now upon us, and I have a lot of big plans for flying this year, probably more than I've done in my entire RC flying career. So I'm still working on a few builds. I have started working on the Ether 3.7 again. So the big FPV glider should be ready by summertime, I hope. I'm not real clear on how much work is left to do on it, but the wings are done, and I just put the motor in it this evening. So I'm going to keep working on that now the FX61 is done. I also I got a Volantex Phoenix 2400 on a total impulse buy. So that's another electric glider. I'm going to be building that as well. I'll probably build that along with the Ether. I'll probably build them both at the same time. I do need to get a motor for it. I think I'm going to put a Cobra motor in that and run it on 4S. And I have a Eagle Tree Vector on the bench, and I'll probably put that in there. So now that we've got some flights on the FX61, we can start planning on Operation Sprite, and I can start coming up with some mission plans and how we're going to do that. Now, there's a big update on that, and it's going to need to be a completely different vlog episode because that is a story in and of itself. Now, the plane's ready to fly. It's ready to go. The RunCam Night Eagle 2 works, and it's not a technical issue, but I'm just boggled at what's come up with that. So we're going to get into that another time. So thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe, and we will keep you updated about the big FPV glider project, the Nightwing project, which is the FX61, that's going to continue, and Operation Sprite, which is going to use the Nightwing to go look for red sprites above thunderstorms, and knock on wood, we will try to get a video of a sprite from an FPV plane, probably for the first time ever by anyone in the world. We think. All right, later guys, and yeah, I'll have another vlog up soon with update on what's going on with Operation Sprite. Bye for now.